We're going for it. Hello, everybody. Let me pull up my Facebook page to see if we are all together tonight. I hope so. I'm so excited to be here. What? Thursday night. Everything's all right. Thursday night before a 3-day weekend. That's good, my friends. Okay, let's see here. Goodness gracious. Oh, I forgot to do something. There we go. I'm here. I think I did that last time too. Uh-oh. I got too animated. Tango, you're fine. I got too animated. Sorry about that. I'm coming in just a moment. There I am. Okay. So there's like a preview screen and then a live screen. And you can see both, but you have to move one over to the right-hand side, or you guys just see me fumbling around in the dark. How are you, everybody? There's Andrea coming, Jean, Corinne. Hello, ladies. Oh, Jean has shared. She had her finger on the button. She's fast. If I need someone to ever drive me somewhere really fast, I'm going to choose you, Jean. If you drive like you share, and I think you do. How is everybody today? Thank you so much for waiting for me. It always takes longer to set this stuff up than I think it will. I don't know why. There's only precious few hours between work and then this fun stuff. And so I've been running around like a crazed maniac, in the best way, around here cleaning up and feeding my kids. You know how it goes. So anyway, I'm so happy to see, I know, chill Tango, seriously. When he heard me being animated, of course, he takes it up a notch. Can you believe that? Tango? Never. Yep, thank you for sharing, everyone. Hello, Sherry. Not sharing, but Sherry says hi from North Dakota. Hello. How's things in North Dakota tonight? I hope great, and I'm happy to have you here. So welcome, everyone. I am Lisa Harden. I'm coming to you live from the Stamping Zoo in beautiful Boise, Idaho. A little hot for me, because you know I'm a fragile flower. I like it about 60 degrees and a light breeze. So I think it's like 85 today. Oh, but don't worry, because it's going to be crappy this weekend. So it's always crappy on Memorial Day weekend. So anyway, I will be here working on cards, maybe coming live an extra time. What will you be doing? Please post in the comments tonight what you'll be doing. No, you can't see my nails, Jean. You can't see them. I'm going to be working like this tonight. They're the same. They haven't changed yet. Got to get a hold of my tech because she had me on standby, right? She was like, I'll probably get some calls and then, or somebody to cancel, and then I'm on the cancellation list. Seriously? I mean, I've only been her client for a couple of years now. I am fiddling around with the camera over here before I put you on to make sure it looks slightly straight. I don't know. You know me. I don't mess with the small stuff. If I waited until everything were perfect, I would never do a retreat. I would never do a live. I would never do most things. So you get me the way I am, right? And I appreciate you so much for just being accepting. Hello, Leslie. Good day to you as well. In the beautiful Southern Hemisphere. You're probably in fall right now, aren't you? Hi, KZ. How are you doing? Oh, it's a gorgeous evening in North Dakota. All of North Dakota. That's nice. I'm glad to hear it. Oh, KZ, that's right. Has a year gone by already that we're talking about you giving out the poppies? I think maybe you do that on another day too. But that's really cool. I love that you do that. Were you in the armed forces? Or are you just strictly a volunteer? My retreat was such a blast. If everybody that attended had like 30% as much fun as I did, I consider it a huge success. It was really fun. Yes, it was a lot of work. We carried a lot of products. You know how much it takes. The tools, the colors, the markers, all the ink pads, and such and such. We carried those a couple of times. So I'm hoping that next year, I think we've maxed out on the location where we're at in terms of bodies. So the good news is next year that just pushes me that much harder to get more people to know about the fun retreat, because I'm sure they'll sign up once they know, right? And then we'll find a hotel. We'll have it somewhere, and we will find a room where we can just lock up all of our supplies overnight. Oh yes, I'm only going to be a year older, so I need to find a place where there's less work. And I need to do that so my helpers might want to help me again, right? Oh, it's cold in the outback. In the outback. Sorry, not outback. That was my accent. That was my Australian accent for you. My outback. Drinking some Fresca tonight in my Tahitian Tide cup. Does everybody have a beautiful new tumbler? They're $17. You can get them in all of the new in colors. I was looking for a napkin. Oh, this will work. So place one in your next order because they're good. I have Tahitian Tide and Orchid Opulence. No, Orchid Oasis. Somebody got me stuck on the Orchid Opulence this weekend, and so now I'm thinking about that. But no, Orchid Oasis. And then I gave away a Parakeet Party. So I've seen all three colors. All three are great. I hope everybody's happy or doing well this week. I don't think you have to be happy, but it's hard to be happy sometimes, isn't it? I know that I saw today was Ellen's last day, and you know, I don't watch her religiously every day, but man, she's a happy soul. She spread some happiness, and I thought, oh, there she goes. And I always leaned on Ellen when I needed something funny, and I leaned on Oprah when I needed to be, you know, enlightened, and I don't have them anymore. I guess I'm just going to have to keep listening to NPR, but there's some bad, heavy stuff on there, right? So the other good thing I can do is just come on and be with you, see your beautiful comments on Veterans Day. Okay, KZ says, your husband was career military. You belong to the American Legion. You're a second vice president in the American Legion now. Is that cool? And a lifetime member. Thank you for your service and for your family's service. That's pretty cool. Thank you for sharing, Lori. I appreciate that. And hello, Deborah. Hi, Anne. Nice to see you. Anne and I went to the Shakespeare Festival last night. You may have seen my picture of the theater with my tongue-in-cheek hashtag don't move here. It just came to mind because it's so beautiful there. It's a hidden gem, right? I don't remember how many years we have had a Shakespeare Festival, but it's been in a lot of different locations. And boy, I used to be so poor when I first moved here that I would save up to go to one, and then I can go to, well, I can go to as many as I want, but it's hard to get tickets now. So anyway, Anne was nice enough. She had gotten an offer of 2 tickets from somebody. And so she was nice enough to take me with her. And Anne, well, this is, I'll go ahead and say it now. I forgot to ask you, but did you notice there was like a soft porn situation going on behind us? So, of course I was listening to the people behind us because, like, I'm not a saint. And I think they were on a first date or something because they were talking about other dates that had gone wrong. And then I stood up at intermission and there was some, you know, touching and squeezing going on. It wasn't inappropriate, but I think the date was going well. So anyway, I had to kind of laugh. That's what I get for spying on people. Yes, Anne, it was. I was going to lean over there, but then, I mean, they were like right in our ear, right? And so, anyway, but I was like, I would not date that guy. He looked totally nice, but he laughed like, let me see if I can do it. He laughed like this. It. No. I was like, girl, run. But she seemed to be digging his actions, so. Hell of a first, yeah, right? Hell of a first date. So anyway, yeah, that was, You wonder why I'm single, right? I'd throw away a perfectly good man for laughing like this. That's a big one in my book. Oh, can you imagine? No, no, thank you. No, ma'am, I'll go to Shakespeare with Anne anytime. So anyway, yeah, it was really fun. It's just an outside theater, and like I said, it's been going on a long time. The what do I want to say? The community really rallies around Shakespeare. We love our Shakespeare, and anyway, I just was really happy to be able to be feeling good enough to go there, right? I mean, you think it would be not a big deal to just hobble down to the Shakespeare Festival and sit down, but it is for me. So I was loving it. And Anne brought these delicious little desserts. See, she was a good date. And I bought wine. Yes, right. I threw in a wine. Oh, you and Mark are going tomorrow, Joanna. Yeah, we'll have to chat. Also, Joanna, thank you for your order, but parles-tu français? Parles-tu français? Do you speak French? Because you ordered a French stamp set. Yeah, we're gonna take care of that. I'm so glad you are loving this new hobby of yours, though. Believe me, I don't want to dissuade you, but I think you might be a little surprised when you get it if it has sentiments. So we will fix that, okay? So anyway, what are we gonna do tonight, right? I'm just yammering on, but I see all these fun things, and so you guys just keep chatting with me, and then I'll keep chatting with you. Yeah, exactly. Oh crap, merde. It's not a big deal. I scrolled through and then I was like, Lazo, I don't think that's what that's called. So anyway, Joanna is super fancy. She's super fancy. And so Joanna will only be stamping en français from now on. Oh gosh. Who has won in Starry Sky and Orchid Oasis? Let's see. Oh, Roz. Nice, Roz. And you saw the hoodie. Yes, Leslie is mentioning that she saw that somebody colored the hoodie. I don't have the hoodie because, well, first of all, it's a sweatshirt. And when have you ever seen me wear a sweatshirt of any kind? I'm already like a totally hot furnace. And second of all, they probably don't have my size. But anyway, it's super cool. And somebody took fabric markers and colored the center of it, and it's a cottage rose. It's really like a print right off of the DSP. Anyway, it's very cool. And if you are a demonstrator of any sort, you can see all that cool stuff on the Demonstrator Planning Place Facebook page. And I will mention to you, we are coming up on the last few days of a super fantastic offer, which is getting the starter kit for $99. You get it for $125, as always. Free shipping, so you just pay tax. Plus, they're putting in $66.50 in special in-color products. And then you shop with a discount until, let's see, June, July, September. You can shop with a discount until the end of September without having any minimum purchase. Or you can buy nothing and stay active until the end of September. Here I am waving my arms around again. Let me put them down. So anyway, it's a great time to join. And of course I want you to join my team because what? I would love to spoil you as a team member, okay? You get everything that, you get access to everything that I teach or participate in online. And you can come to the house for meetings when we have special demonstrator only events. And of course, I think the biggest perk is you just get to be in a really fun community of crafters, but you also get to look at the catalogs early, like all of us have already looked at the July through December holiday catalog. Just stop me. I can't help it. It's so beautiful. How do they do it? I don't get it. Every time. And do you know we're going to have a second celebration? It's going to be in July and August. And so when you're a demonstrator, you get to earn through Celebration, as you know, or maybe you don't know if you haven't shopped Celebration before. When you shop during Celebration, every time you make a purchase of $50 increments, you get to choose something from the special Celebration flyer, things that cannot be purchased. I would love to tell you about them, but I don't think I'm supposed to. And really, I think everyone should be surprised. It's the fun thing about it, right? So my point is, when you are a demonstrator, you don't pay $50 increments for all of that free stuff. You pay at most $40 increments, okay? Because it's after your discount. So if all of this sounds like yammering on and you have more questions about it, please feel free to call me, 208-830-6328. Not right now. Operators are not standing by right now. But once I'm off of this, feel free to call me. I'm happy to just talk you through it. Even if you don't end up joining, or if you don't end up joining my team, that's okay. I feel like part of what I'm here for is to help clarify things and tell you the benefits that I see. And so anyway, it's very easy to get the starter kit. You can order it tonight if you want. And it's very easy to go inactive if you want. Let's say you just didn't enjoy it. I can't believe it. But let's say you didn't enjoy it and you wanted to just go back to being a customer. You simply just go inactive and then you're a customer again, right? It's like so easy. And people sign up and go inactive and sign up again. So don't ever be afraid that that's not possible. It's just a lot easier. It's very easy. In fact, I'm not quite sure how the company keeps doing it, but you know what? They keep doing it. So we offer it. I'm totally all the way behind it. I'm here to support you, whether you want to be a customer or a member of my team. Okay, but please think about it because it is a really nice offering special now. So I'm sorry to belabor that, but I still have questions about it all the time, right? So I always want you to know that I'm available. I understand the program and I'm available to answer questions for you. And here go my hands again. I can't help it. Speaking of, let me put something in my hands and then I'll stop waving them around. So this is probably going to be upside down. Let me see if I can show it to you. If not, I'll show you on the down camera. But this was a little, so this was the memorabilia keepsake that everybody got in the retreat, whether they came to, yeah, it's pretty small, whether they came to one event or all events. And it says the Stamping Zoo Spring Fever Fest 2022. It says that because there's going to be one in 2023 also. It's going to be an annual event. It was so fun. And this, actually, I had this made in Sweet Sorbet because, you know, we're all about the color. Hello, Pam. I know, Roz, isn't it cute? Yes, Pam shared. Thank you so much for sharing. And, you know, Pam shared a couple of weeks ago, and she ended up winning she chose the Write About You. I know this is backwards. I think it is. Anyway, she chose the Write About You. And Pam, did you tell me which ribbon you wanted? Cherry Cobbler or Seaside Spray? And then I can't remember right now who the second place winner was, but the second place winner got a Good Man stamp set and then the other ribbon. So anyway, it's kind of nice, huh? And that's I call that my You Share, I Share promotion. So when you are nice enough to take the time to share this video to your other social media sites, then I think that I should be nice enough to share some of my product with you. So that's how that's going to work. And as long as you keep sharing, I'm going to keep sharing. Okay? If you stop sharing, no more sharing. Maybe. But it's as easy as that, right? So that's the agreement that we have, isn't it? So let's see here. Let me put a couple of graphics up for you. And then we're going to get started here, I promise, really soon. But I had so much fun at the retreat that I just want you to know, if you attended any of the events during the retreat, I have a card going out in the mail. Ooh, well, yeah, I have some happy mail going out to you. I was thinking, is it just a card? Not really, but I have some happy mail going out to you tomorrow in the mail, and that will give you more information about what's coming up in June and July. And so the first thing that's coming up is this June stamp camp, right? So I think it's going to be super fun, and we are going to make 4 cards with new product. This is the regular type of stamp camp event that I have. So 4 cards featuring new Stampin' Up! Product. The price to you is $20 or free with a $25 purchase that needs to be made that day at the class. So you just have to contact me to sign up, or you can, I also put a link out there at thestampingzoo.com. You can register just by hitting the link out there. You do not need to pay until you come to the event. However, you are kind of on the honor system. A week before the event, if you're going to cancel, it needs to be a week before the event, because otherwise I will have cut supplies, and at that point I consider them to be yours. So if we can just keep that stampers agreement, then we won't have any problems, and then you don't have to pay me in advance, okay? So as long as we keep that going, like I said, that'll be fun. And then the next thing is going to be, let me see if I can get it over there, a Christmas in July, because why not, right? So it's going to be a 1-day event, 4 hours. You need to register by June 30th. And it's just going to be a crafty day. It's going to be all about the new catalog, the celebration flyer, and I'm also going to be having a BOGO sale. So BOGO sale is buy one, get one, 50% off. Essentially, what that means is you will choose new product out of the catalog, and then you will get to choose from my stash of retired product and get it in the same amount. And so that's how that works. You basically are going to get double the amount of product just for coming and having fun and buying stuff that you're going to be buying anyway. Now, on top of that, you're going to get your celebration rewards. So it's going to be you're going to make quite a killing at this one, right? And I'm going to have a Christmas crafting class for you, and I'll have lots of samples. Okay, so I get to order early. That's another thing. When you're a demonstrator, you get to order at the beginning of June. And so I'm going to have the product for, 6 weeks before this event. So I have every intention on giving you tons of samples at this event. You can take pictures and use them, not on your social media, but you can use them as samples for your own cards. And so anyway, this is going to be a cost of $40 or free with a $60 purchase. Again, the day of the event is when you need to purchase in order for the class to be free. But it really is, it's like a class plus games and tips and techniques. I'm going to talk with you about making multiples, which is very important. There's lots of tricks for that. And it's very important to know that kind of stuff when you're making 50 or 60 Christmas cards. And there's no reason why you can't make 50 or 60 Christmas cards, okay? Because, if I can do it, you can do it. So anyway, those are just 2 events that are coming up. I also want to tell my online peeps, I have lots of love for you. I haven't forgotten about you. In the next couple of days, please watch. I am going to I'm going to set up registration for a mystery stamping event via Zoom, and that just was so fun. So we'll do that as soon as possible. Okay, but I will be setting it out, like I said, sometime this week, sometime this weekend. Hopefully tomorrow, but might be a little optimistic. Okay, let me point you down, and we should probably get going on what we're going to work with tonight. I haven't told you, have I? So we're going to work with a really cool bundle that Anne talked me into. It's actually part of a suite. And where is my catalog? Here we go. It is Lovely and Lasting, and the suite is called Lovely in Linen. Okay, it is on page 24 and 25. Let's take a look here because the catalog is so good. We might be casing the catalog because I haven't thought of a lot of ideas here. Ooh, yes. The color combination is so very interesting to me, right? Look at that color combo. Sweet Sorbet, Pale Papaya, Soft Succulent, Evening Evergreen, and then Night of Navy got thrown in there. This strikes me as very Nordic. I don't know why. I don't know enough about it to know why, but these flowers look really Nordic to me, and these tiles do too. And then, of course, it has this cutest fat little punch. Hubby is vacuuming. Well, I wouldn't tell him not to, but yeah. Maybe he wants you to stop watching stamping videos, huh? So anyway, this is the cutest fat little punch, and it will directly punch out this stamp, which has a really cool border, right? And then you can put lots of the sentiments in there. You can probably do all sorts of things, right? You can do all sorts of things I haven't even thought of yet. And then they've matched it over here with some really great, pretty things. Oh, that's where that came from. Okay, so part of the, let's talk briefly about what a suite is versus a bundle. So the suite is a grouping of products that coordinate together that Stampin' Up! Has put under one item number. So if you like everything that's listed here and shown on these two pages, you can get one of each for $57.25, and it clarifies everything that is here. And so what's included is the punch, the stamp set, the quatrefoil embossing folder that I think Jean likes, told me she needs to have. And then you get the package of the really outstanding designer series paper. So look, it's got its own quatrefoil designs. And if that's not enough, then you can emboss it in any solid colors that you like. Look at this stuff. It's very interesting. I like it a lot. So Anne was telling me this was like one of the first things she wanted in the catalog, and then before you know it, I kept looking at it, and then I was like, you know, there's something to that. Hello, Mitzi. Mitzi, my gosh, you missed all the gossip, the talking about events. You're going to have to go back and watch it. You may have missed something that's very important to know. Look, they've just taken that punch and made it as the design element. I love that. Somebody, not me, has fussy cut those flowers. I really don't think that needs to be done. Let's see. Oh, and I love this. They've cut around that tile. So anyway, let's take a stab at this. I have no ideas. Like, what am I doing? I hope it doesn't turn out awful, you guys. Okay, and I am using some really cool grid paper. I've been using it for the past couple of nights. This particular one is in Sweet Sorbet. So it's an ombre grid paper, right? Super nice. It's probably 11 by 17. I don't know. But this is just part of the starter kit bonus that you get. So remember I told you there's like $66.50 in color products available. Well, this is some of the products. Geez. This is one problem with using grid paper, is that everything looks crooked unless you're dead on. Let's see, did I make it worse or better? I'm at the eye doctor's. And how about now? We'll have to get rid of it. Make it in Sweet Sorbet. Hello, Brenda. It's very nice to see you. Oh, Brenda, we've been having a good night already. I haven't made anything yet, but I'm getting ready to. Sorry, I need a little more Fresca. Okay. This is very cool. Okay, I saw a couple of these flowers stamped on Pinterest. I don't know where. They can look a little garish if they're in bright colors, and that's coming from me. So I'm going to try and take my... Actually, you know what? I'm going to put that up on the Stamparatus. But that, I'm going to take my tips on coloring this thing from the DSP, because I really love the Designer Series paper. Now, Joanna, who's on the en français now, Joanna, the good thing is this is called the Stamparatus in French or in English, so you're fine. So Joanna is new to the Stamparatus world, and so I'm so excited to show her all about it. It's going to be so much fun. Said everyone, ever. So a couple of things that come with your Stamparatus. Everything comes with your Stamparatus that you need to just start using it out of the box, right? So one thing that you need for photopolymer or clear stamps is this little black mat. Don't throw this away, because this is not packing material. You need this. You know how we're always talking about the photopolymer not having its own cushioning? Well, this is going to make up for it not having cushioning. Otherwise, it's too short. It won't make contact. Now, the other thing is, when you get this, you're going to wonder where these magnets are. And these magnets are going to be in their little containers back here. They won't have washi tape on them. But this is where the magnets are when you order a brand new Stamparatus. Okay, don't let them be together, because they fight. They're like little brothers or whatever. They're like older sisters and third brothers. They fight. I don't know. Where am I getting that specific example from? Hello, Susan. Very nice to see you. I'm so glad you're here tonight, and I hope you're enjoying Florida. So anyway, yeah, they fight. So keep them apart, because they'll smash your fingers and then break. Isn't that rude? Okay, let's see here. I want to grab some pale papaya. I do love pale papaya. Probably not as much. I mean, I like the paper more than I like the actual fruit. But that's okay. Oh, geez. I keep grabbing these papers, and they're all... I've, like, punched out of the corner of them. Let's see. Can I find a whole one? Yes, I can. All right, let's see what this is going to look like. I'm going to trim this down to be like a regular... Let's make it a smaller layer so that maybe we can put a little bit of DSP back behind it, okay? So let's do 3 3/4 by 5. And I know you can't see me, but I am using a paper trimmer off to the edge here. Okay, and so the other thing that's really handy with the Stamparatus is it's nice to have like a shelf for your plate to sit onto, and the handiest shelf you have is the stamp case itself, right? Because it's already there to begin with. So then if you're just going to do some standard stamping on this thing, it's the grid paper does not come with it, but it's very easy to grab that as an extra item sometime. So when you're stamping an image that doesn't take up the full area, put your magnets down, okay? And then when you first start, put your flowers wherever you would like. We're just going to put them in the center. We're not getting fancy. And actually, because I haven't put this in the corner, I'm going to go ahead and mark, not mark your husband, Joanna, but just mark the corner. Just in case that comes up or gets crazy. And then when I put this down, it will just pick it up. It's a little sticky because it's photopolymer, but we're all good, right? Because you've already marked on your template where that's going to go. Okay, I want to start with, of course, a little pale papaya. And so over here on the left, I am taking the ink to the stamp. I know that's backwards from what we normally do, isn't it? But that's another thing that you can do when you're using the the Stamparatus. It gives you even that much more control. Now let me show you. I pulled the cardstocks. I think it's fun to look at these both as a pattern and as a solid. They're very fun. It gives you a different perspective. Now I gotta be careful. I don't know why I inked that up right away, but anyway, these are the colors in the DSP. DSP is the designer series paper, right? The patterned paper. Right here, I love these three. I'll be using this combination for Christmas. Isn't that nice? I love it. But then I really like the navy with the pale papaya, but I want to choose just like one color. And I really like that. That looks really kind of sweet, actually. It is sweet sorbet after all, so I'm going to take the sweet sorbet and a dauber. And a dauber is the little cute thing that you use on your finger, and it's sponge. So we sell these in packs of 5. I think they're $5. I don't remember. They're a minimal cost. They're another thing like the mini grid paper that you just add onto your order, right? Oh, get back in there. I'm trying to stay orderly. Okay, that's how they work. Just like a little finger puppet. So let me ink this again because, right, it's already gone dry, I'm sure. And then I'm going to take the darker color. So when we do this sponge daubing, whatever, when I'm using a light and a dark color, I use the light color first, and then I take the dark color to it because I feel like if you're gonna, I might go back into the sweet sorbet, but I feel like that's not gonna contaminate the sweet sorbet with pale papaya. See what I mean? Because the sweet sorbet is so much darker that it's not gonna cause a big problem. But if I put this dauber into pale papaya ink, we would have a problem. Let's see, did I get them? Let's do like this one. And I'm gonna huff on this. You know what that means, right? Literally huffing on it, like what all the school kids were not supposed to do. I'm gonna take it off. It reactivates the ink in case it's gone dry since we've been messing around with it. And then we are gonna see how this looks. I hope it doesn't look garish. Oh, it looks so sweet. I love it. Ooh, I haven't seen this. See, it's like a brand new stamp, right? You know I love stamps. Just the simple act of stamping is my favorite part. That's beautiful already. I like it. So, for right now, we're gonna take our chamois and clean off our stamp, but we're gonna leave it on the Stamparatus because then it's just ready. What did I do with the chamois? Dear Lord, I was carrying it around. There it is. I was carrying it around because I was cleaning it out. But anyway, just wipe it clean. And then it'll be ready if we want to make another design. We might not, but right now that looks great. Okay, so that is like the essence of the Stamparatus, and there's like a million other things you can do with it. And when you come, Joanna, when you come to Christmas in July, you'll learn a lot of tricks. Oh man, we're all over Florida there. Very nice. And hello, Kathy from Colorado. Very nice to see you jumping on. I appreciate that. Hey, it looked like lots of you have checked out my pictures from the event. It was so fun. Yes, you know that obviously because you saw the pictures. It was so fun. And it's just nice. You know how it is. That's one of the huge draws about this hobby is the people and just the community that you don't have to have anything in common as long as you're paper crafters. Then everybody's happy. So I really like that. That's too much. Too much. Too busy, but man, I love that paper. Okay, let's see if I can find an essentially sweet sorbet. print. There's that one. Or we could do an essentially pale papaya. But I want this to kind of match the paper. Hello, we have a winner. We have a winner right there. Chicken dinner. Okay. So again, I realize you can't watch me cut, but it's because my little table's kind of small. Who's in the tub? You know they can't drink out of the dog dish anymore. Gotta drink out of the tub. Because why would they drink out of the dog dish? That's for dogs. Weird. Now I am just going to cut this straight because this has enough going on, right? Well, for me at least. And I'm going to cut it. I kind of want to do no border. Let's see. Do I want to do no border or a little bit of border? We can cut some of this off, actually. But I kind of like, no, I think I want some border. So I'm going to trim this down a little bit right now. I'm going to start by taking 1/4 of an inch off of a top and a side. So not how I'd normally do it, but we haven't used this before, right? So we're just checking it out. Now I think I feel like I need to take another 1/4 off. And I'm trying to keep it the same, the same measure, or the same like ratio of long to wide. So I gotta do something a little fancy here on the left and the right side. Okay, let's see. Yes, we're getting in there. I would like to trim it down a little more, but we will put the sentiment punch on it or something. So then we can do 4 by 5 1/4 of this paper. And we may bring in a tiny touch of pale papaya, but I'm not sure. So we have this going on this, gorgeous. And then, let's see, is the middle? Yeah, the middle is pale papaya flowers. Do you see that? So that's just another little added plus. Now this is 4 by 5 1/4. I am going to cut a layer of pale papaya that's only 1/8 of an inch bigger around. So lots of times my layers are 1/4 of an inch. That's what I would call like the standard. But I'm going to get crazy with it. Let's see. I think I have to slice into a fresh sheet of cardstock. Let's see here. Come on, pale papaya. Oh. So now I'm going to do 4 1/8, okay, by 5 3/8. And that's going to give me 1, 2, 3, 1/8 of an inch around. That's about as small as you can make it. That's about as small as I can make it, and hope to get it laid down properly. But they were using, in the catalog, they were using a lot of that crinkled seam binding ribbon with this. I don't know. What? Oh yeah, okay. It seems like it might want a little seam binding ribbon, but like I don't think it's metallic. Do you? I don't think it's for metallic stuff. So let me just show you again. You know me, I like mattes and I like die cuts. And when I try to get away from it, it makes me unhappy. So you will not see me do a lot of simple stamping, one layered stamping. It just doesn't make me happy. Okay, so this is what it looks like without. Okay. It is a gorgeous color combination, isn't it? Didn't even have to think about it. Would I have thought this up? No, but I didn't have to. Okay, so check this out. That's what it looks like. It's a little more like, what do I want to say? Quiet. And then we just put this tiny layer. And you think it makes no difference, but it does make a difference. And then this could actually be tilted at a jaunty angle. Now what do you think about it? That looks more like me, but what are you guys thinking? I need some thumbs up or some comments about pale papaya, yes or no. What do you think? I'll give you just a couple of minutes while I'm looking through embellishments. Hello, Sherry. How nice to see your name pop up. You may have already been here, but I didn't see it yet, so do apologize. Okay, so you guys tell me what you think about the layers, and then I am going to get some very special jewels. I don't know what. Do we have any pale papaya? I don't think so. We do have red, and they're matte dots, and they're different colors, and I think they'll be very nice. So let's do that. You could also, of course, use these matte dots. They're in white, vanilla. I'd keep the extra matte. Hello, Cindy. Well, I know, KZ, right? I mean, it's a cool, very different flower. Then you also get those cool tiles. So we'll put those up on the Stamparatus too, because that is going to be another place where they will shine. Okay, let's see here. I am thinking, let's just take it easy, Lisa. Don't put all the goody McGoodies on the first card. Yes, that is my, makes me happy to talk you into things, right? Because I know you'll be so happy when you get it. I'll put that up on dimensionals though. You know, this, I'm actually going to use liquid because, ooh, look at this though. This Night of Navy, not with this color combo to me, but what a cool design. That's a very cool, that would make a really cool strip card. Oh la la, Joanna says, oh la la. Joanna, I'm going to teach you about it all night long because I know you're a good sport. Oh man. One time I bought a stamp set, a French stamp set, because you know I'm a Francophile, right? You know, like, if it's French fries, anything, I immediately gravitate toward it. And so anyway, I was like, I'm going to get this, let's see if I can bring myself on and tell you this little story. So anyway, I was like, I am going to get this set in French because, like, why wouldn't I? And so anyway, I got it. And then I realized, well, that's great for you, but nobody else that you give these cards to is going to have any idea what this says, probably. And so there you go. I sent it back. I had to send it back, y'all, and get another one. Get the American version. Jeez. Anyway, that was my brilliant idea. So, all right, putting some dimensionals on this baby. And I want to make sure that I'm not hogging the screen, so to speak. I got to make sure you guys can see our fun card. Yeah, Pale Papaya and Sweet Sorbet. Who would have thought? That, I'm going to do a little angle. Oh, I think it looks interesting, especially when this design is so linear. And then finally, I am going to play it safe again because this is a really close mat, and give myself some wiggle room possibility with this label. Here we go. Don't freak out, Lisa. You can do it. Okay. She did it. Wow. She said she could, and she did. Okay, that's super fun. And then let me grab, of course, a TYP. And these were all cut up because I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because I used some of them on Chopped. Then I used some of them in the Retreat, and they just get kind of wackadoo. But that's okay, because I'm sharing them with you, and so that makes me happy. Now, let's see. I don't know. Do I want to be obvious and put these in the center? Oh, they're so cute. You have to. All right, I'm obvious. And then there's 2 of them, right? And these are self-adhesive. They're so cute. Why does this make me happy? I don't know, but I'm going to go with it. And then I'm going to take this teeny one and maybe make like a little set of 3 over here, right? And then maybe do like a set of 2 over here. Dang it, that's cute. I don't care who you are. You would love getting this card. Doesn't even have a sentiment on the outside of it. But we'll put one on the inside, okay? We're going to put it on, I'm going to do a layer of pale papaya, of course, because anytime I can make a layer inside the card that's not white, I like it. Okay. I will do a 3 3/4 by 5. Oh, thank you. Somebody else liked it. Sally had to go for a break. That's okay. I get it. Dogs before the video, right? There's no like funny. What can I think of? You know, a little saying. But the dogs get first billing. Boy, don't I know it. You know, I'm just basically their staff. Okay, what kind of cute things? I like this one that says, "Oh, hello. Thinking of you. Happy birthday." Is obviously a great idea. Let's do the happy birthday. I have some birthdays coming up. Always have birthdays, but oh my gosh, around here, July is crazy town. Crazy town. Let's get the sweet sorbet out, of course. Looks great. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, I see what you're saying, Susan. I could use an English stamp set with the French stamp set. That would be clever. But then I'd need 2 stamp sets, see? And I just bought 1 stamp set. And then, where did I put that chamois? Oh, over here in the corner. Way in the corner. Now, that, I like it, but I got a bunch of extra ink on my block. Crazy. Okay, so I want to make sure you can see this, and maybe I should move myself. Can I move myself? I think I belong over here in the left-hand side. There, that's better. Get me out of the right. Okay, so here we go again. Little happy birthday. I'm going to use my grid paper to kind of set myself up for hopeful success, right? And this is a little crooked on the block. That's not normally what I do, but we always have an, oh my God, perfect. It was like it was done by a machine. It was done by the Lisa machine. But then there's these really, again, these cute like little decorative pieces. Look at this. It looks just like the front, right? So I'm going to take that and I am going to stamp it. Oh, is that the one or is it? I thought there was one that was a little bit longer. Here it is. Okay. We have a lot of choices. Here's one that kind of almost flanks the sentiment. And so, dare I? Oh, I dare. Going to get that put up. Let's do it on our grid paper. I want to see what it looks like. Oh my God, it's so cute. It looks like a mini this, right? It looks like a mini of the front. Just be calm. Don't mess it up, Lisa, whatever you're doing. Yes, I love that. And thank you so much for getting this and making me think about getting this. Oh, hello, Deborah. Well, I think you're leaving us. I get it. You're a few hours ahead of me, huh? So I gotcha. You can always watch the replay. It's always here for you. All right, let me get a little seal on this. We talked about this briefly before. I really noticed it in my, again, this is why it's so nice to stamp face to face, right? As you see these little things that you can then try to pass on. So if you are trying to use your seal this way or Seal Plus, flat, it doesn't work. Oh, but you've got to, so this is like a cross section, right? If you're trying to pull it flat like that, it really is not going to catch. You've got to, watch my hand, do a little angle. Did you see my wrist? So just hold it at an angle, about a 45-degree angle. Don't make a liar out of me. There we go. So I think that causes most of the problem. The other thing is really just the pressure. Like, you either need to do less or more pressure than you're doing. So if you're doing it at a 45-degree angle and it's not working, give it some more pressure, okay? If you're ripping the paper, give it less pressure. Oh, this is so cute. Is this not cute? I'm in love with it. And I'm going to do that little thing that I really like. I'm going to take this from the inside, that little decorative piece we just used. And I'm just going to make it my watermark back here because it's so cute. Oh, that's adorable. That is, I thought it was going to be cute, but I didn't realize it was going to be actually really darling. Okay, so cute. We're getting all warmed up now. It's 8:03. It's all right. It's Thursday night. You can stay. You can make it. All right, everybody. We got to use this punch, right? Because it's so cute. So, I think it'll mix well with this really linear tile stamp. So again, taking my color cue from the DSP. I don't have time to recreate the colors right now. And also, I'm not really familiar with this stamp set and what it looks like shaded and all that stuff. So until I know all that, I'm not going to bother with it. I am going to just take the help where it's given. I definitely want to use soft succulent. And why don't we do this? Why don't we make a border with the tile stamp and then go from there. So instead of having Designer Series paper around the outside as our first layer, we will have tone-on-tone stamping of this tile. That's the plan anyway. You could do this on the Stamparatus, but since we're just going around the outsides, I'm going to give it a try. I want to use the right block though. So I want to kind of, oh, we'll see you late. We'll see you tomorrow, KZ. Or, I mean, we might not see you tomorrow, but we'll see you later. You do have a big day ahead of you, so I want you to be tip-top when you're handing out those posies. Okay, let's take a look at this again on our grid paper, right? When you come to class with me, I want to see your grid paper filthy. Oh, wow. I didn't even use the paper piercing mat. I haven't used, let's see, where is it? Hey, can we take a slight commercial break? FYI, I have made these super cute adhesive essential packages and have several available. So I will offer these until I don't have them available. They really are everything. They're not all of our adhesives, but they're close to all of our adhesives. And they're everything you would need if you were coming to class here at my house, because people do bring their own adhesives, right? But just, let me put this ink away. I really did want to show you these because they're kind of cute. And I want to let you guys know about them. So first of all, they are $40, which I think works out to be, I can't remember which one I priced, free. But then you get a couple of other things free too. So first of all, you get, and these are all full size except for one thing. You get a mini glue dots, you get a full size Stampin' Dimensionals and mini Stampin' Dimensionals in white. You get the Seal Plus, and these are brand new, so they don't have the refill. They're not just the refills. I have an option for that as well. So you get the Seal and the Seal Plus. Okay, you also get the Tombow liquid glue. You also get a half a package of the black. So you get one sheet of the standard size and one sheet of the mini. That's a lot of the black ones because lots of times we don't use those except for the Regal colors. You, of course, will get a thank you card from me. Okay, and then I threw in these couple extra things. They're really fun. One is, so everybody knows about the sand eraser, right? This is a half and half because if you've used the sand eraser, you know it's kind of like an embossing buddy. Like you'll have the same one for years and years. So this is half sand eraser, so half for ink, and then half rubber eraser, like for pencil. So there's that, and then finally you get this funky thing, and this is an adhesive remover. Okay, so anyway, those two things are free, and then I've discounted just the overall product. So again, if you purchase this, you can purchase one of these from me for $40, or if you want the refills instead of the brand new Seal and Seal Plus, it's $32. So I'd love to have you purchase one, of course. And they come in this cute little bag that I found that's like perfect. So, and you could decorate it if you wanted to. I started to, and then I was like, no, just let people decorate their own thing. So if you wanted to, like, there's these little pockets in the front. So if you wanted to die cut something and put it in there, totally can. And then again, these little things, my business card, a thank you card, and then it all just zips up and I can mail it to you. Okay, shipping's extra, right? Unfortunately, I don't get that for free. But like I said, everything else is great. And then so this, like when you have a piece of adhesive on something and you don't want it there, let's do this glue dot. Okay, I think you can see it, but there's a glue dot right here. Okay, so what you do is you just, this will grab adhesive of all different types. So if it's, oh, well that tore the paper. Not the best example, but if I would have worked at it a little slower, I think we would have been fine. But anyway, pull up the adhesive, okay? So you can use this on the liquid mono glue as long as you just let it dry and work at it carefully. You can take a lot of adhesive off of things. I know, it's humongous, right? I used to have one a long time ago. But anyway, I had to buy like multiples of all those. So I hope you guys would be interested in that. Just let me know. It is for the United States only, right? Because the shipping is going to be like astronomical somewhere else. But I do just want to always try and offer you really great things that you need for your stamping, of course. Okay, so commercial break's over. And if you want one of those, you can just text me or send me a private message here on Facebook, okay? So that's how that works. Super easy. And like I said, I'll sell them just off and on until I can't find any bags that, you know, work or whatever. You can absolutely have one, Brenda. I will, I'll contact you via private message after this video, okay? I love it. Let's see here. Okay. Where's my soft succulent? Oh, I got it already. Okay. So I hid my paper piercing mat underneath this grid paper because I am going to stamp off of the edge, right? So I just already know it's going to get kind of messy up in here. I'm going to try and take these little, there's notches on either side. I'm going to try and take those off and let the rest just be kind of even. And I don't know if it'll be totally even, but again, I don't think it'll make a huge difference. Oh, you can interlock them. Oh my Lord. I didn't get them close enough. This looks kind of dumb. I need to start over. I didn't know you could interlock them, for goodness sake. Wow. The pressure. You definitely could use the Stamparatus for this. I'm not going to, because why would I when I can make a mess of it? Okay, let me try that again. So I might get my hair in this, but okay. That looks better. Looks straight. Okay, and then right on top of it, I still like it. I left a little bit of space, but that's okay. I still like it. Okay, and then right here, I'm catching some glare. No, that's not an excuse. I'm actually catching glare. Ooh, this is fun. Look at this. Look at the detail on this. It doesn't look like Moroccan tiles. I mean, I don't know enough about what it looks like exactly. But for some reason, I think like, okay, it doesn't look like Moroccan tiles. But it's cool, whatever it is. Super cool. And then I'm going to interlock it like this. We don't need the whole thing, right? Because we're going to have a layer of something on top of it. So it's pretty nice looking. And again, like there's a notch. Oh, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up here. I realize it looks really wonky, but I think when we make our way, that one's not so good. All right. When I make my way around here, maybe it won't look so bad. We will find out. Okay, now I think we're definitely going to use the punch. So we might not use the flowers because we've already used the tile, and I feel like that would be really a lot of competing things. So let's choose another piece of this beautiful DSP. And again, I want it to have, oh, that's fun. But I want it to be, well, I don't think I want it to be that. It'll really compete with the tiles. It needs to be like a larger pattern or a smaller, or a smaller pattern. That's a possibility. Just something really different. Ooh, that's different too. Okay, we have two really cool possibilities here. So we could use, nope, I see immediately. I think it has to be this one. Still kind of crazy. Still kind of crazy, isn't it? I don't think I like those guys competing. Oh, let's see. I'm looking at the catalog over here. Let's see about, let's kind of do this thing where they did that. They punched a bunch of them out of the paper, but they just had different strips on top. I kind of like that. If you don't know what to do, put a little of everything on it. That would be kind of fun. Okay, so I say let's start with our punches. I'm just going to punch some of these out. I really like the look of that. Is that adorable or what? It's so cute. Looks kind of Louis the 16th. Again, it's the French Knight, isn't it, Joanna? Joanna would have already known that. This, I'm going to put that pattern in the middle. I feel like you kind of need to. And then, do we want that pattern too? Why not? We'll do two of them. Okay, so this doesn't matter what it looks like because we're going to use that. Okay, we'll kind of keep it to the greens. We'll keep the red out and the blue out. We'll keep it to the greens and the pale papaya. How about that? This one looks cool. paper. It's kind of wild. And let's do one more as either color. Let's see what we have. Oh, brother. Tango, you are just fine. You're just fine. 1, 2, 3. Have I used it all? I thought there was another wonky green color I didn't see. Let's see here. One moment. Oh, nope, that one has red. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay. There we go. So you have 3 in the green variety, 2 with mostly pale papaya, and so those will kind of be in the middle. That one has a little bit of red. I think I'm going to get rid of it. I think I'm going to do 2 of these. Okay. And then I want to do, oh yeah, okay. I want something to unify it back behind it. And they had kind of a strip of pale papaya going back behind it. I want it to be thicker. I'm leaning heavily on my pale papaya tonight, but it's not letting me down, so let's see here. There we go. Let's try it. Let's give it a try. And I'm going to start at 1 inch. This is just going to be some funky thing I haven't made up. I mean, I haven't tried before, but it could end up being like my next favorite card, right? Okay, and then these guys, and they're going to be a little topsy-turvy. Let's see, I want the piece of pale papaya to go clear across the card. I feel like, let's do 7/8, and I just did 8 1/2. We'll trim it off on either side. And then let's bring in a ribbon that doesn't compete. Where is my seam binding ribbon? This is great, of course. If we wanted to color this, one of the greens, we can. Yeah, let's do that. We have a soft succulent marker. I realize I'm keeping you after class, but we're having fun. It's the day before kind of a long weekend, right? It's the 2 days before a long weekend. So I know that you guys are going to take it a little easy tomorrow. And I am working because I took a couple days off last week. But this was fun to me. I could do this until midnight, right? So you just do this on some paper that you don't mind if it gets dirty, right? Which is what our grid paper's for. And then take I'm using light, soft succulent. You can use dark, but I didn't want it to be too heavy. And I am going to color a fair amount here because I'm going to run it the long way on this card. I don't know what we're going to end up doing. I think I want to use a strip sentiment. I really like that little oh hello. So we might just end up using that. And you can kind of drag it, but there, that's kind of a good way to do it. Okay, Corinne, I'm losing them. They're leaving. Unless you're in the mountain time zone, then you're still okay. Or Pacific. If you're in Pacific, you're golden. It's only 7:21. Or if you're Roz. Right, Roz? Are you still there, Roz? Come in, Roz. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to cut this after all. because I want to run ribbon around it. So I'm going to do it at slightly less than 5.5. I'm going to do it 5 3/8. And then I'm going to take this ribbon, I'm going to tie it off on one end. I think I might like to run it around twice because it's not very voluminous, you know that. Let's see here. I need a little bit more than I colored, but that's all right. We'll come back and color it. Scalpel. Okay. Easy as that. Who needs 3 hands? Okay. And then I do take the paintbrush nib. It works. I just find if you're trying to cover more area like this, and you do want to get this ribbon saturated, at least that's what I'm looking for, is a solid color. So again, hello, I hear somebody behind me. They're looking for SNACK. Hello, Tango. Oh, man. They were in heaven at bingo. Oh, my gosh. Because we didn't have the day events here, right? We had it at Smoky Mountain Pizza. So, when we came back and I brought the ladies, they were like all over it. All over them. Tango was sitting with everyone the whole night. And then they were exhausted the next day. I'm going to put a little bit of tape right there just to hold this ribbon because it's pretty light and fly away. But I'm going to give myself an adequate tail here. So yeah, if you were here and you were wondering if the dogs liked it, they love it. Okay? They live for the ladies. So, yep, even Cash. You know, he gets a little, he does not need the spotlight. He kind of needs to watch his mom. But he was totally happy, having a good time. Oh, brother, what I need is my silicone mat, don't I? So put this down once. And then as I'm bringing it around, I'm going to stick it to the mat. And then tie it. Then I can futz around with the front of it all I want. Okay, so that goes down there. And then I'm hoping I can tie this off over here on the end. Oh, yes, she's there. Or retired. What did I say that was retired? Oh, yes, or you're retired and then you don't even know what day it is. And God bless you for not knowing what day it is. I think that's fantastic. I can't wait until I don't know what day it is. Oh gosh, Brenda, are you staying in town this weekend? Or do you guys, go up in the mountains or whatever? What do you like? Okay. And then this is going to come around here. I don't want these to be so even. I want these to be more, because, the paper's all, or the ribbon's all crinkled and stuff, so I want it to look like that. This is really thin ribbon, so I think we can just use seal right over the top of it and get it to stick just fine. Okay, this is crazy looking. Okay, so again, I took off just like 1/4 of an inch between both sides, so just rarely. And I probably will put something up on dimensionals. 1 or 2 of these little punches, right? But let's dry fit them where we want them. Oh, such pretty designs. Wow. They really are cool. And I'm unhappy with that. Maybe I can fake it out. Put my don't put these straight, I can use them to my advantage. Oh, there we go. Now I just need to like pick them up just like that. Let's see here. I can do that by making a hinge. I'm gonna make a hinge with some masking paper. You can do it with a Post-it too, but I need like a long piece. So we have masking paper, right? I haven't ordered it yet because I have plenty of this contraband. I'm sure our masking paper is going to be better because our stuff usually is. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. This is it's a very light tack paper, and it's used for different things. But right now I'm just going to use it for a hinge. Okay, so put that down right there. Okay, and what I mean by a hinge is I'm going to fold those over. Okay. And then I don't remove this from the paper because it's right where I want those things. And I'm just going to go ahead and put them down flat. And then I will put the sentiment up on dimensionals. And then this way, see, you don't have to remove them, you know, so you're not picking them up and putting them back down. You are putting them literally where you laid them, okay? And then you can just remove this paper because it's lightweight. And you can fill in the glue in certain places. You can use glue dots. I'm just going to use little dots of the glue. And if I've missed anything, right, then I can kind of, that one, fine. They're fine. There we go. Whose birthday is it? Oh, how fun. That's nice. So your birthday is on Monday, and so you're going to have at least 2 celebrations. One on Sunday, one on Monday, right? Yeah, happy birthday. That sounds great. That's a good way to start the summer. Oh my gosh, I was already enjoying the summer break because when I went to get my coffee this morning at 10 till 8, the lanes seemed wider. I had the road, not to myself, but the kids weren't on the road. The kids are out of high school. Yes. Then I didn't have to wait in a line around the block. It was like, all right. I love the little children, but I also like getting a 3-month break. So, yes, good. You begin celebrating tomorrow, as it should be. I love it. Maybe you need this birthday card, Brenda. You might. Where'd I put the stamps? Oh, goodness. They went on walkabout. Not really. They're right here. Okay. So, see what happens, Brenda? You come on, you're going to get all sorts of happy birthdays. Such a fun group. Okay, so let's do that. Oh, hello. And, I hesitate. I want it up there to cover that big, bold spot. Yeah, why not? Now, soft succulent. Let's try it. We're just going to do a strip and then cut it on the bias. The Lisa Harden cut. Yes. Okay, where's that one piece that I messed up? Here it is. Let's see. Okay. This is a very different card than I've made before, I think. I love it. Those little punch things are so adorable. Okay, let's see how wide this one is. It's about, ooh, I need like 5/8, I think. Oh, good. And let's stamp that in Evening Evergreen. See, like, this is one of the brilliant things about Stampin' Up! Is like, they coordinate this, so if you're just trying to, like, you know, learn about a stamp set, if you haven't played with it before, it's so easy to just start playing with it because you just like pick up the colors in a DSP or look at the catalog and choose some idea out of there, or both, right? Look at Pinterest. Look up the Stampin' Zoo on Pinterest. We're there, baby. We're there. And I am going to systematically be putting on tons of things this summer. Because for one thing, oh, that's so cute. Look at it. For one thing, I am going to be putting on a lot of the projects from the retreat because they were just so cute. Let me try it again. I just want to see if I can get it darker. Yeah, I got it a little bit darker. So anyway, please, if you have not already, sign up to follow the Stampin' Zoo on Pinterest. You can do Instagram if you want. I'll be honest, I'm not on there a lot. I look at things a lot, but that's not really crafters. That's not really the crafters virtual neighborhood yet. It might be, and then I might be behind. But I'm really on Pinterest a lot, and of course I put all of these videos over on YouTube, so if you ever want to watch them again, it's kind of an easy way to find them. Now I want to take that tile stamp that I just put away. I realize I'm being futzy with this stuff and probably taking more time than one might take on a card, but I am not gonna lie, having fun. I don't want it to end. Ooh, Leslie says happy birthday. You're getting a happy birthday from Australia, Brenda. That's pretty cool. And I'm gonna do second generation stamp on this and see what I can get. Yeah, it's perfect. It just took the bare look of it away. Oops, sorry. Let me hold that over there for you. So it took the blank look of it away. I do that a lot. I just like it, or I'll splatter it with the blends. Things like that are always kind of fun. Oh my, if you could only look at this side. You're not going to. You'll never see that side. Okay, and then we will put this up on dimensionals, right? Because that's how we roll. We need something on dimensionals. So again, all these things that I was telling you are part of a suite that you can order with one item number, can also be purchased independent of everything else. So everything, nothing, I don't think there's anything that we sell that, like product-wise like that you have to purchase as a combination. That is simply for ease of ordering. And when you do order something like that, it does include the 10% discount on a bundle. So just keep that in mind. It's all there for you, and then it's just like one item number. And so if you just love something like the Lovely in Linen, if you were like Anne and you were like, I gotta have it, you just order with one number. And then see, this provides almost no bulk. And I know we don't see a ton of it. Like, I kind of go, why did I even color that? But I didn't know it. And it just provided an opportunity for me to remind you that you can color a lot of our embellishments with our Stampin' Blends alcohol markers. Okay? So, let's see. Let me do a little trimmy trim. This ended up being fun. And all those things I was worried about the tiles, you don't even really see them. Let's do this one a little nicer. Okay, and then let me get an embellishment. Do we have a soft? Oh, we have some soft succulent embellishments. We have some new ones. We have some new in color embellishments. Let me look in my new super organized embellishments. Right, that sure helped. Now we have the old ones too, or maybe not. I could use gold butterflies. Here they are though. Oh yes, I love these. So these are the 21 to 23 in color opal rounds. So they've taken all of, we have two groups of in colors, right? And so these are the colors that were new last year. So we've had them for a year already. They had their own embellishments last year. And then these are the embellishments this year. So the Evening Evergreen, soft succulent, polished pink, fresh freesia, and pale papaya. Aren't they gorgeous? We have some like iridescent opal rounds as well, but of course these are killer. And I am just going to go for these emerald colors, evening evergreen. Oh, yes. I love it when a plan comes together that I didn't even know was a plan. It's so fun. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, but I love that. It makes me happy, can you tell? I should probably take myself off camera before I start doing those goofy dances. Oh, well. I'm just with friends. Oh, my gosh. Okay, well, you guys, I think this was a success. Our first two cards with the Lovely and Lasting and the Little Fat Punch, which is probably called the Lovely Label Punch. Probably is. But I will look it up and show you again. So please, if you are looking for this, look in your catalog on page 24 and 25. Don't have a catalog? Have me send you one. My goodness, just request it. And I'm happy to send you one free of charge if you live in the United States and if you don't already work with another demonstrator. If you work with another demonstrator, then you get your catalog from them. We pay for them, okay, and I pay for the shipping and all that. I'm happy to send them out. But anyway, aren't these cool? This turned out great. I will probably put an insert in, well, I'll put an insert of this one too, probably of Pale Papaya again, because I just love that color so much. So this was just kind of a random take from this one that was in the catalog, right? So that's our take right there. We've totally changed it up. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Let me make sure you can see the combo. Right, two ideas right there. And then, of course, this one just kind of came together with, don't forget about the sponge daubers, right? I think there's a page in the catalog of just all types of handy tools or something like that. And so you can find those there. Or, you know what, you can just message me and I will be happy to look it up for you. Anyway, I love that you've joined me so much, or I love that you've joined me tonight so much, apparently. And I just hope you have a great weekend coming and that you guys are going to do lots of fun, safe stuff, right? And like I said, I will be, more likely than not, I will be coming live at least one extra time. Because we have so many beautiful things right now, it's hard for me to not want to share all that with you. So, again, take a look at the retreat pictures, and you know, if that looks like something that would be fun to you, then please keep it in mind, because I'll be having other retreats, and I'll be having the Christmas in July event, and of course the regular crafting in June. And I did want to mention for that. The stamp camp in June, I am going to open it up a little bit longer than normal that day. And so if you attended the spring fling and you still have projects you want to work on, you can bring those projects and work on them. I just ask that you don't bring all 5 kits and want me to get out supplies for all 5 kits. Narrow it down to 2, and then I will get the supplies out for you, okay? So listen, everybody, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for being so lively in your comments. I love it. And I'm going to go read them all now and just enjoy that, okay? And happy birthday to Brenda. And Brenda, I will private message you right now about the adhesive kit. And if anybody else wants an adhesive kit, please just private message me and we'll take care of the details. All right, everybody. Happy Thursday night.